Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I want to talk to you about, are we headed into a bear market or are we in a cooling down phase of the bull market? In addition, we have some next level FUD coming out of China talking about we're all going to die, Bitcoin is going to kill us all. And I want to recap the 3 billionaires who are bullish on crypto within the past 2 weeks. We heard from them and why that's significant. In addition, President Biden's new budget proposal has crypto regulations and reporting requirements in it. I'm going to talk about why that's bullish at the current time that we find ourselves in and what's going to be coming ahead. And some people may think that's bearish, but I don't think so. And I'll explain why. Now, before I get into it, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, Icahn, great exchange, the lowest fees around. Why pay extra fees? Keep your money. Use it towards your crypto, right? Don't pay ridiculous fees. Use Icahn to buy your crypto. Link in the description. Sign up. And I will be interviewing Fred Thiel, who's the CEO at Marathon Digital Holdings. Who's Marathon Digital Holdings? They're a North American Bitcoin miner. So you don't want to miss this interview. I'm going to be interviewing him soon. We're going to talk about all things related to Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, such as environmental impact, what's he hearing from the government, what does he think about Elon's stance, all those things. So you don't want to miss it. You're going to hear from the guy who's, an actual miner, not just people who are just randomly tweeting. So this is why I try to bring you guys these exclusive interviews. In addition, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. It is free, weekly newsletter. Be sure to sign up, link in the description. So not much happening with the market. Bitcoin over $36,000. We are in a consolidation phase, as you can see here on the weekly chart. Huge red candles, right? That's okay. That's okay. We're going to consolidate, we're going to move sideways, and then Bitcoin's going to break out and go upwards. I don't believe we are headed into a bear market. There are some people who are saying that. If I look at the 2017 chart, notice these red candles on the way up, right? And I think we're somewhere here, as if you were to, align these charts respectfully in the whole timeline of the bull run. You see this huge red candle here after some significant gains, and I think that's where we're at. I don't think this is some sort of, like 2019, we're going into, a bear market, because the macro level charts, such as the stock to flow model, indicates we're still on track and Bitcoin is still above the 200-week moving average. Now, historically, you'll see in the bull runs, Bitcoin has held above the 200-week moving average. Now, in the bear market, it goes below, or at least touches it, right? So you can see here in the respective bear markets how it touched or went below. So right now, we're still above. Now, I like to give you guys both sides of the coin, so to speak. If we do go below, then yes, okay, we need to adjust our expectations here, because look, no one can predict the future, but we can at least use data and trends and historical patterns to try to figure out, where we at, what may be coming. This is all obviously, probability, right? There's no one who can 100% say with certainty, hey, this is exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, right? So I want to make sure you guys understand that. But at least we can get as close as possible by using data. And that's why I point you guys to these macro level charts. So Plan B stock to flow model, he's saying here 60K is not the top and that we still have ways to go. In addition, Dan Moorhead, macro investor at Pantera Capital, who I've interviewed on my channel, he's looking at $115,000 Bitcoin price by August. Well, let's take a look at his historical chart here going back to May of last year, or April, I should say. And you can see the growth and price predictions he had. And you can see some of them are off, right? They're off. Some were like 15 weeks behind, 13 weeks behind. And then when it came to January, we were 1 week ahead. February 15th, we were 1 week ahead. In March, we were 3 weeks ahead. So I think we did get ahead of ourselves a little bit here, meaning Bitcoin's price rallied faster than the historical charts and playing out of volume and price and so on and so forth. So I think this correction is healthy. I think this is a good consolidation. Maybe the support level we're looking at is 30 or 32,000, and we'll see where Bitcoin bounces off of and holds, right? Now, I always like to make sure I give you guys the flip side. We could go lower. Bitcoin could go down to 25, to maybe 20, right? Let's see what happens. Now, is that likely? I don't think so, but it's a possibility, right? We got to be sure we're prepared for all scenarios, even as unlikely as it may be. So using the data, looking at the halving cycle, the 4-year halving cycle, the stock to flow model, and even macro level charts and things and price models like Dan Morehead's, we see that we're still on track. There's going to be corrections along the way, and we have to be patient. Patience is the key here, guys. And I know for new investors in the crypto market, this could be hard to stomach. It is a roller coaster ride, as I've said many of times on this channel for years, right? But patience is the key. We saw like the same, I always make the analogy of the pendulum. This pendulum that swings very high also can take us very low back down very quickly, but that's okay. Because there are macro level factors that are feeding the adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Obviously, we see a paradigm shift taking place, and with fiat currencies, like the Fed balance sheet is just growing at a record-breaking pace, and the governments keep printing money. And this is just one avenue or use case. Now, it's primarily for Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves the market. Bitcoin really ushers in more money into the market and into altcoins. Let's keep it real, right? Anyone who tells you that is not the case is lying to you. At this point, we have not decoupled from Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves the market up and down. That is the fact, Jack. That is how things play out. So the main use case here is the record-breaking inflation that's coming, the money printing, and companies and billionaire investors, as I mentioned in my previous videos, are looking at this and like, okay, how do we preserve the cash balance that we have, the purchasing power? Well, we need to put it in a store of value. Historically, that's been gold, or they try to throw it into the stock market or other assets. But Bitcoin and crypto, with its hard cap money, and as Paul Tudor Jones said, the fastest horse in the race when comparing it with Bitcoin, when comparing it to gold and other assets, right? That's why Paul Tudor Jones wrote his letter last year, took a position, and then we saw Stan Druckenmiller, Bill Miller, and all these guys jump in, and other hedge funds, and investment firms. And of course, this past week, the biggest capitulation I think that we've seen in a while, Ray Dalio, billionaire, he said, I have some Bitcoin. And the guy was a skeptic before. He was trashing it before. And we're just seeing him and many others are jumping in. And he owns the world's largest hedge fund. So this is huge. This is significant, very bullish. And he's not buying to lose money, right? He's looking to make a profit, of course, right? Just like me and you, we're looking to make money here. And Carl Icahn, this past week, he said he's interested in crypto. He said it's here to stay. And he said if they were to take a position, and I think they already did, by the way. Thus, read between the lines here. These guys don't go out and put a narrative unless they know what's, they're positioned to make money. I think by now we should all know that, right? And the smoke and mirrors moves that many of them play. But he said, look, we're not going to put a few pennies into this, right? We're going to put billions, 1.5 billion, or at least $1 billion from his comments. And even David Rubenstein, he said cryptocurrencies are here to stay. And this is all within the past 2 weeks, guys. So 3 billionaires, as many of who have been skeptics, have capitulated, and they, I believe, have already taken a position. Many of them may not come out and say, oh, yeah, I have a few. No, they probably have a lot. They've already taken their position, and they're probably buying the dip now. So this is very bullish news, and these statements are green lights, green flags for other investment firms and millionaires and billionaires. So we're going to see more money get ushered into the market. Now check this out. Biden's 2020 budget includes new crypto reporting proposals. Now, a couple things. Some people may see this and be like, oh my God, the president and this and that. Guess what? He's not putting out an executive order or a bill here to kill cryptocurrencies. Rather, to regulate it just like the traditional asset classes, the financial market. What have I said for years, guys? They're going to position this asset class the same way the stocks and other assets in the stock market is, right? Full regulation. They're going to get their tax money and you have to report to them and blah, blah, blah. But they know what's happening. They see the likes of Goldman Sachs and these guys, Ray Dalio, jumping in. So they're not going to ban it. The big money's here. And if you understand how money and politics work in the United States, campaign donations, lobbying, the lobbying by crypto firms has been increasing. They need to do more, in my opinion. But this thing is here to stay, is my point, right? The toothpaste is out of the tube. The genie's out of the bottle. The train has left the station. So I don't know how many other idioms I can use, but I hope you guys see what's happening here. This is not, 2017 or pre-2017 where, it's kind of a shaky ground. Okay, they may ban it, they may do this. We are way past that. Now it's up to how they want to regulate it, how they want to report on it, how they want to collect their tax revenue and all that, and the big money setting up shop. So proposed cryptocurrency regulations are in the first budget released by Joe Biden's White House. So once again, not a ban, but an infrastructure for the growth and maturation of the asset class. In order for it to go further, unfortunately, I hate taxes, but unfortunately, we have to pay taxes. And they're not going to let this Bitcoin go to $100,000 plus and people are cashing out and this is happening and companies are using it without having the infrastructure, right? So the budget published Friday, the first from the Biden administration, includes two proposals that would give the Treasury Department additional requirements around what type of information in financial institutions must report to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or other Treasury sub-departments. So it's just reporting. If you hated something, you wanted to kill it, and you wanted to stop it, you wouldn't be setting up infrastructure to collect reports on it, right? You know what I mean? Like, so that companies and people can do this. So pretty clear, they're not going to ban Bitcoin or crypto. It's here to stay. They're going to, you're going to hear the FUD and all those things coming out of the market, but it's here to stay. Now, check this out, though. In China, this is crazy. This guy in China he says on TV that Bitcoin's going to kill us all. Let me play the clip for you.
And Jujang, can you give me the worst scenario? What kind of a systemic shock it will give to the current financial system if Bitcoin is widely used in China or the rest of the world?
Well, if Bitcoin will become the ultimate type of a form of the currency then adopted by human society, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen as the worst scenario or the must scenario. We're all going to die.
This guy said, if Bitcoin's adopted by society and everybody's using it, we're all going to die. Oh my gosh. This is next level FUD, man. Sometimes when you think you've heard it all, they surprise you, man. And I feel sorry for the noobs who believe this and hear this and they're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to kill us all. At least, I wanted to end it on a laugh there, guys. Anyway, what do you guys think about this news? I'm still bullish. We are not heading into a bear market, in my opinion. Look, if I'm wrong, I will say I am wrong, but I'm talking probabilities here, right? Not certainties. So yes, I cannot say with 100% certainty that, okay, we're not heading to a bear market, but I can say with maybe a 90% certainty, if you want to put it that way, that the probability of we are still in a bull market, and then this is just a cooling off phase. It's high, right? There's a high probability here. So let me know what you guys think. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.